Well, a summer surprise is an item that we're going to feature during weekdays, Monday through Friday. We went from Memorial Day until Labor Day. That's when they come to an end, and they're good only for that show presented. And you never know what's going to happen, like this from Relaxobak, which we're going to put right here. Go ahead and sneak it on in. Ready, right here. This is going to be the Relaxobak cushion that you are going to be able to get for the very first time ever on Easy Pay. Now, the easy payment goes away at the end of this show. 2 payments of $9.62. We have sold so many of these at QVC. If you can, and if you used it, please call our testimonial line because we would like to chat with you and find out how the Relaxobak is done for you. So F27884 with this great invention. Fred Cameron, hello.
Hi, Jackie.
Good
nice
to have
see you
here.
Thank you.
Now, what makes the Relaxobak so popular and such a great idea for many people when they're sitting?
Right, I'll explain. This is a replica of the human spine, and this little guy right here is called the coccyx in medical terms, but in layman's terms, it's the bottom of your tailbone. And when you sit on a hard surface like this, or these other surfaces that we're going to talk about, this tailbone comes into effect when you sit in very relatively short period of time. There's an uncomfortable feeling that starts to radiate up the spine. Well, with some people, that's not so mild, and it can be very unmild, and it can be even excruciating, like it was with me when I hurt myself in an accident when I was in the Air Force. And the pain got worse and worse as I went to my children's programs at school, when I would go out to dinner, or even when I went to church or go to a movie.
So sitting for a long time.
Exactly.
So, okay.
And what happens now with this proprietary foam that we developed, my family and I developed this and have received the patent on it, and this foam is closed cell and will not decompress and drop the bottom of the spine or the tailbone down onto this hard surface. And we guarantee, for instance, that a 200-pound man can sit on this foam literally for hours on end, and the tailbone would never come into play with the surface. Therefore, the uncomfortableness does not start its radiation up the spine.
Is there a weight limit whatsoever on this?
About 200 pounds, we say. Frankly, we've had people on it, like myself. When I was a little bit heavier than I am right now, I would sit on this for hours. In fact, everywhere I went, I carried it with me. I used it in my car.
So it's a good cushioning system, though, for everybody else as well.
And my tailbone, I would check on it during the formative times, and it never does decompress.
And here, for sitting for long periods of time, you know, doing arts and crafts, doing different types, if you're somebody in an office and you're sitting for a long time at a desk or at a computer, oh boy, those metal benches at games.
They're murder. I could never use
they're
those.
Horrible.
I used to have to stand up in the back of the stadium.
And you don't have to have a bad back to enjoy something like this or kind of pain. All of us can use extra cushioning and extra softness. It's kind of like a very nice, happy thing when you sit down on something that's cushioning and supportive at the same time here at the edge of a pool. And best of all, you can wipe it clean. It's not going to stain like other kind of cushions do that have fabric, and it's got a built-in handle that you can take with you. But summer surprise, for this hour only, for the very first time that we have ever brought to you the Relaxobak with Easy Pay, 2 payments on your credit card of $9.63. And if there are 2 of you in a family, I strongly encourage you each to get one, save on shipping and handling, and then use them in the car on long road trips.
Exactly. About 40% of everybody who buys this buys multiples simply because they want all their loved ones to sit in comfort. You don't have to have a bad back like I did.
Exactly. And back here are some of the examples that we have. And this is going to be your standard chair that you may have in your living room, in places that you may sit. And then you go into your office chair. I mean, and Fred, for those of us who work at desks or sit down and do things in our own home, these chairs have the padding, but after a while, it just doesn't seem like it's really anything very good supportive for your back and your spine. Really easy to be able to use and take it with you. And then so many of us are still doing the barbecues and the outdoor things and these plastic chairs.
That's a $5.99 chair.
Yeah, $5.99 chair, and you feel it after about sitting on it for about 5 minutes.
And you could sit on that one for hours on end.
And you see, you can just push this right in to fit, as well as your true backyard folding chair that has the slats. I always thought these were really uncomfortable too.
They are.
Going and sitting outside, you know, going to the lake, going to the places that you want to do in your backyard and have some tea. But from your wood chairs to your benches and everything in between, this is why this is so important for so many of us. And like we were saying, to put it in your car, we're going to show you inside the car right now. But when you created this, I mean, for your own solution, I mean, so many people realize that we could actually enjoy going and sitting someplace without having to be doing the shifting and, you know, where you kind of feel numb, where it starts to hurt and irritate as well.
Again, I used to have to take medication when I was going on a long plane trip or a ride in my automobile. And now I don't have to do that. I literally am comfortable the entire trip, the entire journey.
Oh, great. Now we're going to go to our phone lines. Welcome to QVC. You're live on the air with the Relaxobak. Who is this?
Judy from upstate New York.
Hi, Judy. How are you?
Just fine, thank you.
Welcome in. What brings you into QVC today? Was it the Relaxobak?
Well, I have two of these, and I had a herniated disc, and I use one for my car and one for my office, and it's just marvelous. And I have my one in my car kind of wore out, so I'm getting a new one.
Right.
And then I have a friend who's had back problems, and she said, gee, if you could get me one of those, I'd really appreciate it. So I just turned on QVC, and I saw them, so I'm ordering two more.
Oh, good. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, did you take advantage of Easy Pay while we have it this hour?
Yes, I did, Jackie.
Isn't that a nice thing to be able to have in there, too?
Oh, it sure is. But
good.
This chair is absolutely marvelous.
Good.
Absolutely marvelous, and you know, I can take trips, and I can sit at my desk and work in the computer when I need to. It's just been a big lifesaver for me.
Good. Oh, so glad to hear that. Well, thank you for calling in, Judy.
You're welcome. Have a good morning.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. F27884, and it is the Relaxobak Deluxe Orthopedic Cushion Comfort Seat. And your wife was going to come out here, and we were going to have you sitting out here so that we could watch. And as she's sitting down, you can see how that while she's sitting here, nothing is compressing, but she's got that wonderful relief in the back area, so where her tailbone isn't getting compressed.
Exactly, exactly. As a matter of fact, we just completed a 700-mile journey from Indiana to come to this appearance. And while my wife doesn't have a bad back like I do, I wouldn't even consider it if I didn't have this cushion. But she does not have a bad back, and therefore, you know, it just really makes everybody's life a little bit easier and more comfortable. And you don't need a bad back in order to appreciate it.
Exactly. Everybody, I mean, right now, think about those chairs you've sat on before, that after a while you're like, okay, that just didn't, and you've got to move and you've got to shift because it's not comfortable. Or going to the football games, sitting out on the back, you know, gate of a truck for a tailgating area, you know, wherever it might be that there's a hard surface, here is the opportunity. Well, Summer Surprise, good for this hour only for the first time ever with Easy Pay, 2 payments of $9.63. So we're going to go back to our phones and say hello to somebody. Hello, welcome into QVC. Who is this?
This is Nia Price, and I'm from Oklahoma.
Hi, Nia. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Let me introduce you to the Camerons. They're here with us today.
Nice to meet you.
Now, do you have this already, Nia, or are you getting it?
No, I'm just getting it. I had a wreck about 4 years ago and really messed up about 7 vertebrae in my lower back and about 3 in my neck, and I've been looking for something. I can't go to restaurants and sit in a chair, and driving somewhere just is really painful.
Right.
So,
have you ever had, you know, go to a restaurant and you have these hardwood chairs?
Oh, yes.
And look at what, did you see what it does here too, Nia? As I'm sitting in it, because it's got that slant to it, what Fred did, it actually helps you sit up straighter, and it gives you more of a straight, level area to be able to sit on instead of having to sit on this hard wood.
Exactly.
It looks great.
Yeah, really, really nice. Well, good. Well, please call them back once you have tried it.
Okay, I will do that.
Good. Take care.
You too, and have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
So F27884, now a little update for you. We started with 4,000 of these. We have fewer than 1,500 remaining. And at our summer surprise, let me explain to you, because this is really going on from Memorial Day to Labor Day. During the weekdays, Monday through Friday, occasionally you'll see a summer surprise, but it's only good for that show. Well, for this hour only, for the first time ever, you can get the Relaxobak on Easy Pay. It's never been offered before on Easy Pay. So 2 payments under $10, but that ends at 1 a.m. Eastern when Latin Treasure's anniversary show kicks off. So it's F27884. Look at how nice and comfortable you are. Good having you here. Thank you. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
I just want to stay here sitting down. Now, that is F27884. Our today's special value from Organized Options. And by the way, our summer surprise has now sold out. So congratulations to those of you who picked those up.